Welcome in, everybody. This is Butcher and the Beard. I'm David Butcher. That's John Shanley.
How's it going?
How's everyone doing today? It's episode 7. We already have a full 7 days of episodes, pretty much.
I know. It's pretty exciting. Pretty
Yeah,
exciting stuff. A lot of good interviews, a lot of good talk, a lot of good bullshit. I do want to start today's episode with something that happened actually a couple days ago. John Morant made his debut after being suspended for being a gangbanger, basically, and well, thinking he's a gangbanger,
yeah,
showing off, with his guns and whatever. But listen, I give the guy credit. Like he came in like he's never taken off, and like he had 34 points, and they were down big, and he just his energy just they brought him back, and he even got the game winning shot. Like
yeah.
you Vegas couldn't have planned it that way, but well, who knows? Maybe they could.
He really is a talent, though. So I can see him coming in there, not missing anything, just coming in there doing his thing like he has done his whole
Yeah,
career, pretty much. So it's not
yeah.
surprise. It's funny what has like transition from off the court to on the court, because when he's on the court, he's a baller. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
he's
everyone
great.
knows that. So, it's like, hey, you're getting out of the hood for all the right reasons. You don't need to go back to that. You know what I mean? Just
Exactly.
just play your ball.
Exactly. It's about being professional, and
Yeah.
that was the Grizzlies' big problem last year is they didn't have any veteran leadership to be like, listen, kid, like you need to
Yeah,
be a little bit more professional. So
for sure. For sure.
they definitely, as an organization, added some more with Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose. They added some of those veteran leadership pieces. So, we'll see how it goes forward. They're already kind of far out of the playoffs, but it's still kind of early. Like
Yeah.
we're only hitting the Christmas Day games this week, so there's still a lot of NBA to go.
Yeah.
But that being said, I want to turn to my latest interview. An old friend of mine that I've met years ago in Ireland, and we've been close friends ever since. But here's that clip with my good friend.
Morning, John Shanley here from ButcherandTheBeard. I have another interview for you. Good friend of mine. Quick little backstory. Back in 2001, I went on a family trip to Ireland, and I was in this pub down in Kerry, County Kerry, and I was sitting next to this guy, and I'm like, "Man, you look familiar." And well, turned out to be my good friend throughout the years. Big wrestling fan and just big sports fan in it together. So let's give it up for Gandalf the White. Hey John, good to see you, buddy. This is Gandalf the Gray here. You know I no longer go by Gandalf the White because I gave up cocaine a long time ago. But you always look at me all judgy, but you defeat a Balrog without the help of some snow. You know what I'm saying? It was a different time, man. The Dark Ages. You had to do what you had to do. They were hobbits, but we won't get into that. I'm going to give you my three picks for today, and they're going to follow my epic story, The Lord of the Rings. The first is going to be the Fellowship of the Ring. So a fellowship was a group of 9 men who had an impossible task about them to go and deliver the world from evil. So tonight we're going to go with the Detroit Pistons getting their first win after 23 straight losses. That's an impossible task for about 9 or 10 men, and I think they're going to get that done tonight against Utah. The second one is going to be the two towers, and I'm talking about those 2 tall sons of bitches on the Devils. Doogie and Baal, whatever their names are. Well, they're 6'6" for Christ's sake. They're practically the offspring of Sauron himself. But they all do play for the Devils, so they're probably going to win tonight, those bastards. I know you don't like them any more than I do, but anyway. Finally, we're going to talk about Return of the King, and this is going to be King Cooper Kupp. I believe that this guy is back. He had a nice week last week for fantasy points, and I think he's going to return to his former glory. But anyway, I've got to finish my beers, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your podcast, and I'll talk to you soon, John. It's getting all blurry. It's time to get back to the pub. He does this to me every time. He's usually in the middle of smoking, but I see he's in the middle of drinking. So he cuts me off because he's done. But that's Gandalf. So anyway, I don't know if you noticed his Sons of Anarchy t-shirt, but people don't know this. He actually started the Sons of Anarchy in Ireland. But anyway, he's not such the good wizard all the time. Anyway, that's it for this interview. Until the next one, be good.
Wow. Gandalf. Where do you
Yeah.
know these people from? Where do you get these connections?
Well, just through different things in life, but the way I'm able to communicate with all of them is I don't know if you have the new Samsung phone, but it can communicate through people through the multiverse. So
Oh, wow.
Samsung gives you that ability to contact people.
I'm gonna have to get rid of my iPhone.
Anywhere. Yeah. iPhone doesn't have the technology yet.
I know.
So
I would like that. The multiverse.
yeah.
There's a couple Spider-Mans I like to talk to.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and believe me, in this show we're gonna be talking to some people, and that you would never expect, but that's all part of what makes it fun, man.
Samsung, we're not sponsored yet.
No, Gandalf, my buddy, he loves to smoke a lot, but he had some good points. I do agree. I think the Pistons will win tonight. Fuck them Devils, man. Fuck them Devils. Those guys, I hate the Devils. I'm a Ranger fan, so of course I hate the Devils, but whatever. I hope they do lose, but they'll probably win. I don't know if they're related to Sauron or anything like that, but we'll just go with that. And hey, look, Return of the King, Cooper Cup, even though I'm in the consolation bracket, he's on my team. So
he did say he's gonna have a big game, and he's on my fantasy team in the playoffs right now.
I hope
the last round. So I hope he has a big game too. Last week was nice, so we'll continue. Thank you.
We'll get into that game a little bit later, but but yeah, let's go Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
So a couple things going on tonight. There are some other decent basketball games. I'd say that probably off the top of my head, looking at what's going on tonight, Pacers, Grizzlies, John Morant again in action against his home debut against the Pacers, who don't score any defense. So this is going to be a very, very interesting game.
Yeah.
Lakers and Timberwolves. Lakers just won the in-season tournament, but haven't won since. And then you got the Timberwolves, best record in the West. So
yeah, I might catch
that. But I know other in the NHL, I know you're going to want to talk about the Lightning, man.
Yeah.
They got a big game tonight against they're hosting the Vegas, the defending champs.
Yeah, that's a nice game. Lightning are finally back on the right track. Baskey, he's been back and forth. Like I told you, my rants and my things is that, hey, one game he looks great, one game he looks bad. So tonight we'll see, because last night he looked great.
That's just the thing. You got to be patient with him. And then he's going to have bad games, but yeah.
I can never talk bad about Vassky. He's brought us 2 Stanley Cups, so I'm not going to say anything bad about Vassky. He's from Asgard, thanks to Thor telling us that they're long relatives, but with Thor, yeah. But no, man, Vassky is definitely showing back out. He had 1 goal. I almost wanted them to just take the goal off. It was like 3 minutes left, and they scored on a power play. And it was 6-1. I'm like, okay, I call it a shutout still, but it is what it is.
Garbage points,
garbage. 3 minutes, you're gonna get 5 more goals. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I guess you're getting your guys in there, getting them shoot the puck. I get it.
Yeah, no other games in the NHL is standing out to me. I do want to shout out to my Knicks. 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago, whatever, they beat the Lakers, and that was a great game. And then after a long 4-game road trip, they come home and they just spank Brooklyn. Now we're going to have 2 really tough matchups on Saturday, and then Christmas Day against the Milwaukee Bucks, who have handed it to us the last 2 times we played them. But hey, there's a new game. It's on our home court. We'll see what happens.
That's it.
Let's go over the big thing for tonight: Rams and Saints.
Rams and the Saints.
I gotta go with the Rams in this game. I mean, the Saints looked impressive over the Giants, but let's face it was the Giants. And this is from a Giants fan. they're not really that
Yeah.
competitive. And both teams are 7-7. The Rams are at home, but they put up 30-something points last week. They probably could have won that game. They lost it in overtime, I believe. Right? Or did they win last week? No,
I
they
think they
lost.
won. They
They
lost?
won. They
I thought they won.
the Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They won. Yeah, they won. They won 28-20. So they didn't
Yeah.
score 30. But
They came back
you know what it was?
really.
I was thinking the week before they lost to
Yeah.
Baltimore in
Oh,
overtime.
yeah. Okay.
I
That's
was a
what I was
little
going to say.
confused.
Yeah. It was the Baltimore game in
All right, hold on.
overtime with the punt return.
Let me straighten things out a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was the punt return in
Yeah.
overtime that they
The punt return
returned
in
to win.
overtime. That's right.
Yeah.
I was a little confused about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they won last week. Rams is doing good, better. You know, they do have a good offense. They have a decent defense. They're just in a tough division against teams that are a little bit better than them right now with Seattle and obviously the Niners. You know,
It's a very hard division. You had to literally almost win every other game but your division games, because when you're playing that kind of level with the 49ers and
yeah, the 49ers,
yeah.
they got. I don't want them to be my pick, but you know they're the best team in the NFC right now, hands down.
For sure. Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, I like the Rams tonight. We're gonna have a really good show on Saturday. I'm gonna be recording from the airport.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna record from the airport right before I hop on a flight to New York. We're gonna do obviously Saturday. We'll do Sunday, which is Christmas Eve.
You're gonna be outside in the snow recording?
See, I don't think there'll be snow, but
okay.
I might be outside.
Okay.
And I might have a few drinks in me. Just, hey, that's just how it goes.
Might be a longer episode, everybody.
Yeah, and we will definitely get Santa for a little cameo appearance for either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But normally we won't record on Mondays, but being that Christmas is on a Monday, we want to definitely have a Christmas special because that's a big game of sports, man. We have NBA all day, and we have 3 football games.
Yeah, so good football games too. So
we'll go over that and maybe get a few more, interviews or whatever. But I guess it's time for our daily rants.
Yep.
Dave, what you thinking?
My rant's gonna be sweet and short. It's I wrote it down here because I just couldn't believe it when I was writing it, but it is about the Lightning. They're talking. I don't think it's the Lightning organization. It's really pretty much the fan base and the journalists are coming out saying it's time to trade Steven Stamkos while he's worth something. But you can't do that. That's your captain. That's your person. That person wants 2 Stanley Cups with you. He came back on the ice, scored a goal to give you motivation to win your first Stanley Cup inside the bubble. You can't do that. That's the one thing you don't do. You don't.
Yeah,
the Lightning,
some loyalty, right?
Yeah, and the Lightning are a different kind of franchise. They're different kind of, they're different, man, and they're built off of building the right way, and I can't see them doing that. I just wanted to rant on that because I read that in a couple places, and I just couldn't believe it. So that's pretty much my rant of the day. What about you, John?
So I want to turn back to basketball, and this has a little bit to do with John Morant's return, but it also has to do with my rant is on Zion Williamson. Man, this guy, let me tell you, this is not a good rant. This dude showed up on his home court, Ja's return. He gets 13 points. Their team was up by 20 something points, and they just let him come in. This guy was the number 1 pick. He had all the hoopla about him. I have not seen anybody promoted like that as a first pick since LeBron James, and he is nowhere close to the player LeBron James is. Now, I'm not going to kill him too much for the time that he missed because he was always injured, but now, like, you look at him this year, he's supposedly healthy, he's supposedly in shape, and like his last 5 games, 13 points, 15 points, 21 points, 36. Okay, that wasn't bad against Minnesota, and then 13 against the Lakers. Like, where's the dominance? He was supposed to be the number 1 pick. John Morant was the number 2 pick, and guess what? He made his presence felt, and his team has had a lot more success. He's been on the court, and he just wants it. There's energy there. I don't know what's going on with Zion. I know that, like, whenever you watch the NBA on TNT, Charles Barkley and Shaq are always calling him out for being out of shape or whatever. Maybe he's not motivated enough. He is just this sick freak of an athlete, and I feel like watching him, I don't see the work ethic. I don't see the desire. There's guys in the NBA that have like a quarter of the talent that he has, and they bust their ass every single
Yeah.
day because A, they love the game, and B, it's because this is what they want to do for a living. They're blessed with this opportunity. And here you have a guy who's blessed with opportunity, blessed with talent, and you're not working at it. Like
Yeah.
I'm done with you, Zion. You need to step it up.
Yeah.
You need to be the superstar that you're capable of being, because I'm not going to root for you. I'm a Knicks fan, but I want to see the
Yeah.
best players out there, and
Yeah, for
I
sure.
want you to play at what your capabilities are. So
Yeah.
that's my rant.
I'm
Zion,
gonna
I don't know. Wake up.
yeah.
Start being a superstar. You
Yeah,
know?
no, for sure. I think to continue that rant, you know what I really think it is, and I'm gonna defend Zion here just for like one thing. I think that day that the Knicks didn't win the lottery was the
Mhm.
day that it changed, because the Pelicans weren't projected to get the first overall pick. It
No.
was the Knicks, and he was excited to go to New York. And ever
Yeah.
since then, he's hasn't played. I don't know
Yeah.
what we have to do. I don't know if you're the Pelicans and you have to talk to the Knicks, because he wants to be in New York. He
I think
wanted
he
in
does.
he does.
I
He
think
wanted
he
to be in
does.
New
And
York since the
honestly, like
first day.
when I looked at everything, we ended up with RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with RJ
Yeah.
Barrett.
Yeah.
He is 24 years old. He's consistently gotten better every single year, and he's
Yeah.
available on the court. He's coachable, and there's nothing more you can ask of
Yeah.
the young man.
But
And I would love to have. I wanted Zion at the
yeah,
time,
for
but looking
sure.
at how things have projected the last
Yeah.
few years, I think we did really
Oh
well.
no,
I mean,
you won
obviously
that right now for sure,
John
because
Morant's
he
great, but with all his off the court troubles, like,
yeah.
oh man, I'm so
Yeah.
happy to have RJ Barrett.
And RJ Barrett in New York is what you needed. A humble kid,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like Zion Williams would have been good there because he wanted to be there, so we could see. But at the end of the day, he still got injured. So we don't know what that would have like looked at like that at the end
Yeah,
of
we
the
don't
day.
know.
We don't, because he got injured,
And
and that could have been in New York. But yeah,
apparently he likes to date adult film stars. So that lifestyle might not have gotten
that's
over in
not
New
good for.
York too.
I
That's
think
not
he's
good for
only
New York.
dating there because of the fact that he's in New Orleans doing his thing, you know. But like,
Maybe, I don't know. I don't judge that kind of stuff, but
yeah.
New York press will. So
They will. Oh yeah, they'll roast you to the end of it. But yeah, at the end of the day, like Zion Williams, he needs to be a little more motivated. Needs a little bit, just a
That's
little
it.
hump in his step. But yeah, I think that the New York not getting that first overall pick and picking
Ended up
Zion
being a
Williams,
blessing in disguise.
yeah, could have been for sure. We don't know. We'll never know, because hey, the Pelicans get sick of it and let him go, and he goes and signs a contract for 1 year with the freaking Knicks just to prove himself again, and he
Maybe
balls out. You know what I mean? You never know. So the story, he has so much talent that like
he does.
I can't see a team not grabbing him for a year just to work him out there, because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be in New Orleans. He doesn't want to be there. It's clear as
No.
day.
No. Anthony Davis didn't.
He loves being the Los Angeles, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So it's like what we don't know what's going on in that organization. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going on in that front office, but people don't want to play there, especially big talent.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to see with going further. We'll be
Yeah.
here to
We'll see
cover
what
that.
happens.
So yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. We'll be here to cover it for sure. So
Absolutely.
also, what is it? A couple days into we'll be discussing soon is the playoffs, the college playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's gonna
coming
be
in a
coming
couple
up
days.
soon
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll
A
have that.
lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah,
So
we're always here
all
to
right.
give you information and keep you guys updated. We like to do that. Like I say, we're growing. We're going to be adding things. There's going to be sport betting coming up soon. We're working our
Yeah, we're
tail
gonna be
off.
doing a
So
lot of stuff, but we're trying
yeah,
to keep these episodes a little short. I know you guys
yeah,
listen to us on your way into work, and we appreciate that.
yeah,
Please
for
like,
sure.
share,
Subscribe.
subscribe,
Yeah.
and let's get our numbers going, man.
Yeah, man. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you guys coming here and listen to us, and we love the heck out of you, man. We really do. So
Yep.
we'll just keep being here. We'll keep giving you our info. And if you guys have any, like we always say, comment down below anything you guys want us to talk about. We'll
Oh, that's
always
right. We
throw
were
it in
gonna go
there.
over comments today,
Yeah.
weren't we?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll save that for Saturday.
save
It'll
that
be
for Saturday.
something
It'll
to
be a
go
little
over.
longer show. We
That's
like
right. So we're
the
gonna go
weekend
over your
shows will be
comments on
longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely go over some comments on Saturday.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, guys.
I appreciate you guys. We love you.
Have
And
a
we're
good sports
out.
day. Bye.